My name is Amy Peterson. I'm 45 years old. I'm a wife and a mother. I used to work as a nurse. I was told I would never work as a nurse again by many doctors. I was told that the one surgery I had when I lived in Toledo, Ohio, by a prominent doctor there was the only thing that could fix me. And when my symptoms returned shortly after surgery, I was told nothing else could be done by over a dozen doctors. I'm counting pain management specialists, emergency room doctors, as well as specialists that I saw. There were over a dozen. I believe Dr. McCord was the 15th doctor that I saw. Over a dozen of those doctors were in Northwest Ohio, and one was in Southeast Michigan, one was in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And I'm so happy that one night my life literally came crashing down. I was walking from the front room to the kitchen. I had a fall, crashed, put a big hole in the floor, was laying flat on the ground. I couldn't stand up, covered in blood. My leg had given out on me because of the pain. I laid there screaming in anger. I was so mad and so upset. A few minutes later, a TV commercial came on the TV, and I just sat and listened, and I, within 10 minutes, crawled over to my laptop and typed in the website that the TV commercial directed me to, and I saw this wonderful man who shared video after video talking about different things, and I knew, not only as a nurse, but I knew as a patient, I had found the man that was going to fix my back. Dr. McCord, his office gathers information in a different way than other offices. He has one very skilled doctor gather a lot of information about his patient. He comes in and doesn't need to know what other people have said. He wants to have a fresh set of eyes and doesn't want to be persuaded by what someone else's opinion is. He wants to look at the situation as if it just happened and everything is fresh and new. And he literally took my case and talked for a moment with the person who collected all the information, with that other doctor. He went into the office for a brief moment, looked at something, came back in the room, asked me to walk 10 steps, and in less than 10 minutes of meeting me, he knew what the problem was without needing to have any other diagnostic testing, without having to do anything. He jumped through hoops with the insurance companies to get them. He had me on his schedule 3 different times before we actually did the surgery. 3 times, because the insurance company didn't want to pay. They didn't want to do, and he convinced them. He fought with them. He held time in his schedule right up until the days before surgery was going to happen because he had hopes that the insurance company would approve. Finally, the 3rd time, we struck it rich. He did an operation on Monday and on Wednesday. He told me when I first met him that I was going to be walking 2 miles a day. I had to make him that oath and that promise that I would walk 2 miles a day. I thought I would never be able to do that, and I laughed. And he said, "No, really, you're going to do this. You're going to walk 2 miles a day." The day of the first operation that he did on me, I stayed in the hospital for a whole week. That first day, by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, when the nurses did their shift change, I had already walked 2 miles. I had no idea because I was surgically in pain, but all of the pain that had run from my lower back all the way to my toes for approximately 3 years, all of that pain was immediately gone when I woke up. I woke up in recovery and was asking if I could get up and walk because I was in no pain and I wanted to get up and walk and see if this was the real thing. I thought I had died and gone to heaven because I was in no pain for the first time in years. During my 3 years of suffering, I had one pain management doctor tell me that it was imaginary pain, that I had lost a child and that was a tragic situation. My son had died a couple of years earlier, and this doctor told me, even though I had an injury that caused this pain and this problem, this pain management doctor told me that the pain was imaginary, that if I was taking all of these pills and they weren't helping, that there was nothing on earth that could be done to help me, that I was going to die as a drug addict in a wheelchair before my 45th birthday. And I'm proud to say, when I met Dr. McCord, he told me I was going to be able to hula dance before my next birthday. And that was at the beginning of the year he fixed me, and we did the surgery, I believe, around March, and my birthday in July, I was doing the hula. And I'm 45 now. I surpassed what that other doctor spoke about me because Dr. McCord is a gifted man who listens to his patients, and I know that he was a gift from God, that his staff did everything they could to take my insurance information and get things approved over the phone. They moved my appointment up when something would change in the schedule or somebody else would cancel for some reason or need to postpone an appointment. They moved my appointment several times to get me in. He saved time in his schedule to do surgery for me. He did everything that he could do. He has the best chairside mannerisms of any doctor I've ever worked with or any doctor I've ever seen. He came in and checked on me. I feel like I feel beloved. My name is Amy, which means beloved, and Dr. McCord makes me feel beloved. He makes me feel like I'm every part of who I'm supposed to be. He literally gave me my life back. I went from hardly being able to walk. I was purchasing a walker the week before I met Dr. McCord. I was waiting for the insurance company to pay it and send it to me. I thought I was going to walk with a walker in my 40s. I thought I was going to be in a wheelchair and die before I turned 45, and that didn't happen because of one simple TV commercial that I watched late at night in the middle of the night that came on, that drove me to look at his website, that drove me to make a phone call that Monday morning. And here I am. I've actually lived life so much that I've re-injured myself 2 other times. Once I jumped in a pool to avoid some bees and landed on my tailbone, and he fixed that. And once I fell down a flight of stairs, and he's fixing that. So he fixed me so well that I'm living life again. I'm out running and jumping and playing and doing things that I never thought I'd be able to do again. I thought I was going to be hooked on pills, and I believed that one doctor who told me, because he was a doctor, he was an educated man. He made me really think that my pain was pretend and that it wasn't real, even though I knew that it had to be because it was literally killing me. I take no medication. I'm working. I work an office job. I didn't return to working as a nurse because I work a job where I have an office job where I do outreach in memory of my son that was killed. So at some point, I would love to come work for Dr. McCord or volunteer for Dr. McCord to help patients just like you get the help that he gave me.